Man United, the gift that keeps on giving. How do you sell Anthony Elanga to Nottingham Forest for 15 million? And now after a year, you come out and you actually want to go and buy him back for 42 million. Now, when Ineos is out here trying to save money on meals and washing machines and not washing the players' clothes, it's because of this kind of business. You go out and give up on a 21-year-old winger. He goes to Nottingham Forest, who a lot of people had relegated this season, and now they're in third place in the Premier League today. And he's been very influential, and he's been actively growing his career because he's actually been given an opportunity at Nottingham Forest, which at United he lacked, even though he had sparks of brilliances like Atletico Madrid away. And now they want to come get him for 42 million. Personally, I'm Elanga. I could be a boyhood fan of Man United, but after the way I've been treated and the way I see Man United at the moment, look, I have to scroll down. If I'm all the way scrolled up, I see Nottingham at third. But I gotta scroll down. They're under Everton. Under Everton and just lost to Wolves, mate. Just lost to Wolves. It's an absolute mess in United. The only way they salvage it is if they win Europa League. But to be honest, I'm guessing Bilbao is going to take it because Tottenham is Tottenham. United, well, I wouldn't be shocked if they lost, in the semifinal. And that's a team that hasn't ever been in this position, But Man United is Man United. Right now, they're struggling with the likes of Wolves, Everton, Palace, So, you never know. Now, Elanga, you've absolutely, revived your career. At one point, United fans made it seem like you couldn't play to save your life. And it seems like every single player that goes to United and fails gets sent on loan or gets sold. And then they become, this beast. Anthony, everybody giving up. Everyone mocked him. He became a viral meme. Goes to Betis. Instant impact. And they're out here getting wins on Real Madrid. Elanga taking his team. He's a big contributor to Nottingham Forest in the Champions League position as of today. Jadon Sancho, he ended up getting sent on loan to Dortmund, goes to the Champions League final, becomes a starter on a Champions League final team. The list goes on and on. Marcus Rashford goes to Villa, team makes it to the quarterfinals and almost comes back to PSG. And tons of cases where Man United players are given up on, ruin their careers. They move on and they actually do well. So I'm pleading to Anthony Elanga, you have a great chance of playing Champions League football. You're going to be playing European football at Nottingham. I would stay another year. And then if Man United comes back again, shut the door, block them on everything, block their IP address. Forget United exists unless you're playing against them, mate. Because look, you see their stats right now, 33 games, 6 goals, 9 assists. You might be saying that's not that impressive, but considering, his United stats over here, he's definitely growing. He's definitely producing now. He's definitely been giving a chance, and he is growing. He's getting experience. This is a perfect situation for him. He's had great games. Him and Chris Wood, they're playing well. Gibbs White as well. Personally, Elanga, do not go to United. Meanwhile, Man United, it's the gift that keeps giving, I'm telling you. This team does not know how to act. Paul Pogba is another prime example, and this was the Fergie days, technically, for half of it, for some of it, because I know when they sold him Fergie days, when they bought him, not exactly, but how do you give up Paul Pogba for almost free to Juventus and then go out and break the Premier League current transfer record? It's just the business, and then you're going to say, the excuse used to be, oh, when you're big, you're big. Oh, when you can afford it, you can afford it. Well, now they're cutting costs on meals. They're cutting, they're firing a bunch of people. The roof is leaking. They can't even wash their player's jersey. That's how bad it's getting. And that's because they were moving like a club that thought that they could buy 100 million, sell them for 20, and then go rebuy them for 200 million. And be like, well, when you're big, you're big. Well, guess what? When you're big and you spend too big, now you're in situations where Ineos is finding any cuts possible. New owners come in and they're like, wow, this is a mess. And look at this. This is a prime example of not learning your lesson. You sell a guy for 15 million, now you want to buy him back for 42 million after selling him last season. Let's make better decisions, huh? But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Elanga should go back to United? Or do you think he should stay and actually have a career at Nottingham or any other club. But thank you guys for watching.